So I have a family member that is in a relationship that I could not disagree with more strongly. And in watching the relationship and watching the behavior of the person that she's in a relationship with, I feel that it's not a good thing, and that it's going to end in a bad way. And I have spoken with my family member, I've spoken with my wife as well, and tried to persuade both of them of my point of view. I've presented my point of view. I've, I've been through experiences in the past. I feel like I have a certain amount of experience and wisdom that I've gained through suffering and just going through certain types of problems. And despite that, my family doesn't agree. Um, and it's painful because for me, from my perspective, it's like watching a train wreck, and you see all the bad signs, all of the things that are gonna happen, and even the things that are happening that are signs of what's to come. And uh, the the challenge that we have as Stoics, the challenge is to do all we can, do all everything that's within our power. Okay, and having the wisdom, having the discernment to determine, okay, what is in my control. It's not enough. It's not good enough to just say, oh well, the whole situation's out of my control, and to just you know neglect your parental duty. Okay, uh, we have a duty, and so the challenge is to be able to identify uh, those things that are within our control. And even though uh, you see the problem and you've explained the problem, and you say, okay, this shouldn't be happening, even though you have certain loved ones that say, well, we're going to do it anyway. uh, you don't get to just throw in the towel and say, oh, well, you're going to do it anyway. Well, all right, well, you just do what you want to do. You don't get to do that. You've got to continue to look and to search and to find um, those things that you can influence. You have to keep doing your duty. Keep paying attention to what's happening. Keep using your words to clearly state your perspective. Keep showing your concern. Okay, and by being vigilant, observant, asking, okay, what's going on? Where is she? What's she doing? Is her location device working? How do you know that she's there? Even though uh, you feel to some degree powerless, there there are things that you still can do, and you have a responsibility to do. Uh, and at the same time, and here's the tricky part, we also have to accept those things we cannot change. People aren't always going to agree with you, even though you feel very strongly about it. And we have to accept that while striving to do our duty. And that's the difficult part. That's where the balance comes in. So, what's missing from this scenario, if we were to go back 10 years ago, and we had this same situation, then what would be there that's not there now? The drama's not there. Okay, the arguing, the yelling, the forcing, trying to force my will because I know better. And you shouldn't do this, or this is not gonna, that forcing of the will. That's what's missing. But like I said, we can't just say, okay, well, I can't force my will, so just do whatever they want, and they're gonna have to pay the consequence. Now we don't get to give up, you know, because our will doesn't doesn't come to pass. We have to continue to look for those things that we can influence. Look for those things that we can do something about, and that's where true courage comes in. That's where true integrity comes in. A lesser person would just be able to just say, well, screw it, you didn't listen to me, I'm walking away. But it takes someone who's willing to dig in to stay the course, even though they relinquish total control. And that's my message for y'all today.